It's a big moment, and it's a big moment for the fans of Kraven, and I know you're a fan of this character. Talk to me a little bit about what drew you to this character in this film of all films.
Yeah, it's an interesting, it's a hard choice in your life. You're going to spend a lot of time on these things. So, the first film I ever saw in a movie theater was Richard Donner's Superman. I was like 5 years old, I think, or 6 years old. And that had obviously a massive effect on me. I became a movie director because of it in a weird way. And so, over my career, I'd been offered a couple of these films before. But when this came along, the idea that this character had never been put on screen before, so you were going to be in charge of building an entire world and finding the right people to play all these characters. And then I did a deeper dive, back into all the books and really went there. And when you get in there, it's a pretty intense arc, and that just. That drew me to it, and then the last thing you do is you get a script, and it's like this gift. And the script here was this this journey that Kraven, that Sergei goes on, and it is it's like an old gangster film basically, and it's this classic kind of journey, but obviously with a little bit of a Marvel spin on it.
And you can't do Kraven. This ain't a PG Kraven. You don't do it that way. You got to go brutal with Kraven. Talk to me a little bit about the choice of how to convey that brutality, that edginess, that violence in a film like this that's needed.
Yeah, no, it was an interesting conversation that we had with the studio, and obviously when you get in those books, it's pretty intense. And when the studio gave us the opportunity to see if we wanted to do this as an R, we were like, yes.
Thank you. Yes.
It was an amazing opportunity. It sort of opened up, some really intense kind of grindhouse stuff on one side, and then some also really intense character stuff that, quite frankly, is in the core of the comic books.
I mean, talking about character stuff, I mean, honestly, as a film fan and a Kraven fan, the marriage of you with this material got me very excited when I heard about this, because, look, anybody that knows JC's work knows he loves morally complex characters. You look at Oscar Isaac in A Most Violent Year, Redford in All Is Lost, and there's kind of a continuation here with the likes of Russell Crowe and Aaron Taylor-Johnson. Do you see a through line in all these films and characters?
Yeah, I think it's a weird thing when you're in the middle of it, you kind of don't. But looking back at a couple films now, there definitely is this sort of fascination that I have with kind of the gray area of the human experience. And it's like, I don't think anyone starts out their life like wanting to be a villain, and in fact, a lot of people who are villains probably don't realize it, and so. When you get into this character, you realize it was a challenge of like, how do we start this journey where this guy thinks he's making the just moves, and then in a weird way, fate kind of comes and gets him, and we start our film with a young kid who wants nothing to do with his dad and doesn't want to have anything to do with that life, and in a weird way, fate kind of draws him towards it.
So at the end of the day, if you had to sum up, what's the J.C. Shandor take on this film? What can we expect?
Well, I think it's good, which is a good start.
Most important.
It's really good. We're all super excited. We started this. The first thing you got to do is it's a Marvel film, right? So, the action, the team that I got to work with on this. I mean, we built some set pieces and some action pieces that, I'm super proud of, and it's just so fun. And then, it's not just Kraven. We've gotten the opportunity to really dive into the Marvel characters here in a really cool way. And so, we've had a maquette of the Rhino like staring back at me on one of our conference tables for like 3 years now. And we took this stuff seriously. We wanted to have the spirit of those characters be what the fans want, and also bring it to a screen in a new way. And so but I think if I had to say one of the things I'm most proud about with the film is that we've and I guess this is what some of my films share, we've walked a tonal balance where myself as a storyteller and as the director, I know the actors, every performance, we're not breaking the fourth wall. We are like all in. We believe in this story like it was really happening, And so that tonal balance where all of us and the actors are like 100% in, but yet when you step back, the movie still knows that it's a big, fun, Marvel film that's supposed to be a good Friday night out. And I think, I can't wait for people to, we've been working at this for a long time, and I can't wait for people to come and see it. And I know we can't show you the whole film here tonight, but we're gonna do the next best thing, which is basically show you the opening of the film.
So before we do that, I just want to say to this audience here, this is just for you guys, so cell phones down, please don't record this. This is a gift to you guys for coming out to New York Comic Con. And there is, by the way, a reason in the program it said intended for mature audiences. This isn't necessarily for the kids, so get ready.
If there's a kid in here, cover your eyes, because it's a little...
Here we go, guys, the opening of Kraven the Hunter, just for you.
We asked him to be, which is this sort of animalistic dance, violent, amazing kind of mashup, and yet have it all feel grounded in a way that you still felt like it was happening sort of where we are. And so hopefully that gave you a little taste, but I think the whole film, that's something we tried to achieve. And so, Aaron was just, first meeting I had with him, it was like, he walks in the room, he's quite my abs and his abs are very similar, and he walks in the room and it's a pretty, it was sort of, sometimes you just know. And so I think he was, he was born to play Kraven in a way.
I think so. Born to play Kraven, you say. I wonder if we have anybody in the house that was born to play Kraven, folks. What do you think, JC?
I don't know. I heard that he might be in the house.
Have you seen Aaron Taylor Johnson in the house, guys?
I don't know.
That's all you have to do. You just say his name and he appears. Kraven the Hunter, Aaron Taylor Johnson, everybody!
Wow. Neil, what is going on tonight?
Welcome, Aaron. Congratulations. As we can all tell from the footage we just saw, you kill it in this role, literally and metaphorically. Talk to me a little bit about filling the shoes, filling the vest.
Well, that's
Kraven.
definitely one aspect
Yeah.
of Kraven. I mean, he's got such an iconic image that I really want to inhabit that physicality, but more than that, he's just a very unique comic book character. It's always interesting playing a villain, and I think it comes with a lot more depth and complexity. He's real, he's not an alien, right? He's not a visual effects monster. He's a man who's made a choice to be a hunter, a killer, and I think that comes with a lot of layers.
Many layers, to say the least. And I know at one point you called him a conservationist, and I'm curious because he's obviously also the world's greatest hunter, lethal in all ways. So maybe, I don't know, do those things go along with conservationists?
I think I was probably taking it a little out of context then. I think, like all great hunters, Kraven respects his prey, and he respects the natural order. He's an apex predator at the top of the food chain. Look, Kraven's a hunter, not a poacher. And like every hunter knows, sometimes you gotta cull the herd to preserve, order. But of course, once you start applying that to human beings, that's when it becomes a pretty dark story, and I've not seen that in a comic book movie before, so.
Speaking of things we haven't seen in a comic book movie, I think we have a little more footage to show. It's something that I've never seen in a comic book movie. Should we give them a little more of Kraven the Hunter, Aaron? What do you think?
Nah, maybe they should just buy some tickets.
Yeah, you guys can wait.
What do you
right?
think? You want to see some more? I was going to say, where my lions at, but it sounds like you're all here. Let's see how Kraven really gets shit done.
That's, I think that's a comic book movie first. Bear Trap to the face. I've never seen that. That might be a movie first, Aaron. Congratulations. So speaking of bear traps, what am I hearing about bear trap key rings, by the way, Aaron? What's the word on the street?
Oh, okay. So I got these little bear trap key rings, and so while you guys were up here chit-chatting, by the way, I was down here with the audience in Kraven stealth mode, weaving in and out of everybody, clipping a little something special to your garments. So take a little look later, guys.
So the good news is, if you've got one of those key rings, you've made Kraven's list, which doesn't sound like a good list to be on, but actually is in this case. And with that, you can scan
This one's a good list.
It's a good list. You can scan the QR code and enter to win some very cool prizes, including a pre-screening of the film, a PlayStation 5. And don't worry, guys, if you didn't get one, just make sure to follow Kraven the Hunter social media for all sorts of updates. Before we go, Aaron, I don't know if you've noticed this. You're not the only Kraven in the house. Have you spotted other Kravens around?
I have noticed a couple, yeah. They keep following me around NYCC since I got here, so yeah.
There's a Kraven.
There's one, see, yeah. That's about as far as I can see from here with this light, but yeah, there's a few more around here.
Should we bring them up? Should we bring
Oh
them
my
up?
god, yeah, should we get you up? You want to come up, guys?
Okay. If you're a
I think we've
Kraven-
pinpointed a few. Oh, there we go. Yeah, yes, you're definitely a Kraven. Yeah, you. Come up here, man. Come up here, man.
This is history in the
Boy.
making.
It's an open casting call here.
This is the Kraven crew. Yes. Thank you. We got a Kraven lady here.
Here they come, and we're going to get the first photo op in history with multiple Kravens.
I love it.
Oh, great. I'm glad you put the lights on. It actually goes.
It's a big room, man. It's a big room.
How you doing back there, guys? Yeah. This is amazing. New York Comic Con. Wow.
4,000 thumbs ups on Kraven the Hunter. You
Oh,
guys-
here we
Here
go.
they come.
Yeah.
Come on out, guys.
There you go.
I want a lot of these at Halloween,
Wow.
man. This is
Look at that.
costume.
That's nasty. Look at that one. Let me see you guys. How we doing, man? How's it going? Look at these boys. How you doing? How's it going? Wow. Jeez, it keeps going. We got a few here. Yeah, but you've been hanging around New York like this. This is great. Incognito, right in camouflage. Yes, come on in. Wow.
So I think you guys are going to turn around and get a photo.
We'll
with
get
the
all
Kravens
these
in the
guys.
crowd. Aaron, you want to get in the middle there and get?
Come in.
Yeah.
Aaron, get in there. Yeah, get in there.
All right, guys, this is your chance. You're posing with about 25 Kravens and Aaron Taylor Johnson. Put your game face on.
I was going to wear mine, but I
Don't
didn't
follow
want to
this.
embarrass Aaron with my arms. All right.
All right, thanks for everyone's patience here. We got a lot of tools. We got a lot of weapons out here right now. Beautiful.
There we have it, guys.
Nice one, guys. Thank you, guys. Let's do one this way, back this way. Everyone back.
One more. We're facing this way, guys. Go ahead.
All right, come on. You got it.
Right, baby. It's on the
There's yours. All right, fantastic. New York Comic Con, thanks for having us this evening.
JC Shandor, Aaron Taylor Johnson, December 13th, Kraven the Hunter.
Thanks, Josh.
Good to see you, buddy. December
December
13th.
13th. See you there.
All right, guys. Amazing. Does that movie look like a kick-ass movie or what? I can't wait. So speaking of kicking ass, look at that segue. We're going to talk about another ass-kicking movie, namely the iconic franchise that is The Karate Kid. So we are about to give you a very first look at a very important film in the Karate Kid franchise, because this film is going to unite all the different branches, finally, of the Karate Kid history. No one in the world has seen anything, as I said, of this. First, we're going to show you the poster, which just debuted today, from Karate Kid Legends. Can we put that up on the screen, guys? Karate Kid Legends. Drum roll. Here we go. Here it comes. Okay. So this film is very important because finally we are going to see the different worlds. There it is. As you can see, finally, Daniel LaRusso and Jackie Chan's Mr. Han are together in this movie, guys. This is an expansion of the Karate Kid world. It's a new chapter that brings together characters from the 2010 film, of course, where Jackie Chan played a kung fu master, and of course, Ralph Macchio, the late Pat Morita, all those characters together and bringing the story ahead, also anchored by a wonderful young actor named Ben Wong. He's the titular Karate Kid. He is amazing in this movie. You are going to love him. You're going to love this movie. It is coming in May, but you don't want to hear me talk about it. You don't want to stare at a poster. You want to see some footage, don't you? Okay, guys. For the very first time, an exclusive look at Karate Kid Legends. Here we go. Karate Kid Legends. I know. Awesome, goosebumps, right? That is, by the way, helmed by a great director named Jonathan Entwistle. It's coming May 30th, so mark your calendars. It's gonna launch Memorial Day weekend. Karate Kid, back in theaters. Very exciting. Okay, you might notice there are some chairs behind me. What's going on, Josh, you might ask? Well, we're gonna talk about Venom. Venom the Last Dance, to be precise. It is coming very soon. These movies are wild, they are crazy, they are like no other Marvel film. They are wildly inventive, they are fun, they are gruesome, and they are anchored by one of the greatest actors on the planet, Tom Hardy, who plays, Eddie Brock and the symbiote, of course, Venom. No other actor could do this, and it's very exciting to say that this new movie, Venom the Last Dance, gives you exactly what I want, which is more of that conflict between the two of them, as only Tom Hardy can do. So we're gonna show some stuff, but we're also gonna show some people. So let's fill some chairs, shall we, guys? All right. Here we go. Give it up. Give a big New York welcome for Juno Temple, everybody. Juno! For director Kelly Marcel. Kelly, come on out. And he goes by a few names. He's the co-writer of the story of this film. He is Eddie Brock. He is Venom. He is Tom Hardy, everyone. If you scream the whole time, we can't even talk, guys. Come on. Tom, let's start with you, man. This has been quite a journey with this character. Talk to me about what it's been like to go on a long road through 3 films with a character that's become so synonymous with your name and one that I know you cherish.
You're right, it's been seven years this day. Like I started the day 7 years ago and now it's like something like, it's nighttime. It's time to go to sleep.
No!
Yeah. So I've absolutely loved playing Eddie and Venom and other people that you don't know. Like, it's been one of the best things I've ever done in my life, so it'd be sad to see him go.
Collected 4,000.
Me go.
Kelly, what's the first step when you guys start to approach a Venom film? Where do you even begin in cracking the story?
Well, we're always starting with the comics and the books. Everything starts there. It's always been about the Lethal Protector comics for us.
Take me a little bit through, as I said, obviously, you're a co-writer of the story on this one. Tom, you're very involved in the creative process. When you guys are hashing out the story, what is that like? What is the process like in crafting a Venom story in the writer's room?
Well, I come up with these fantastic ideas. Like literally, I have like a fantastic idea. I've had 5 already just when I was started talking. It's just, and I'm still having them right now. And then what I'll do is I'll talk at Kelly, you know, and I'll keep talking until Kelly says that's enough. And then I'm like, yeah, she's got it all there. And then Kelly goes away and comes back with things I never thought of. But it's all formatted perfectly, and I pat myself on the back.
Sifting through the genius of Tom Harvey.
It's like filtered through Kelly. My ideas turn into something completely different.
Is that accurate, Kelly? Would you like to set the record straight, or is it spot on?
No, that's about how it goes. There are some drawings involved as well.
Yeah, I draw on the wall.
You're doing the drawings too?
100%.
Are you a good artist? This is
Oh, they're illegible. They're illegible. It's like something out of a beautiful mind. I sort of like mind map and arrows and different colors, and I just hand it, and Kelly just knows what I'm saying.
This is why it's a beautiful partnership. Talk to me a little bit about, I mean, look, you've been involved in film and TV in different capacities, but why was it important to be a creative partner in these films as opposed to an actor? And that's wonderful to show up on set and do your job, but to also be a creative partner behind the scenes.
I think, I'm a face puller, so it's not really hard to turn up and pull faces. That's like acting is like, for me, is kind of a mimetic art, so that's a craft in itself. But storytelling is super important from a nucleus point of view for many different reasons. If you're a storyteller, you're going to want to be able to do that. My aperture was through acting, into behind I suppose, the page or whatever. I think when you have an IP or a character as wonderful and as deliciously wicked as Venom, and you have such a huge talent like in my partner here, the opportunity to play and deepen the challenges that you can have as an actor, and also understand, against the canon of the huge amount of lore there is within the comic books, all the way from Todd McFarlane through to Donnie and Ryan. It's like you have this wonderful space to play, but also challenge yourself on the screen too. So it's immersive, and then obviously it makes I revel more in playing the character because I'm deep in the fibers of it, if that makes sense.
It does. Kelly, talk to me a little bit, and the audience a little bit, about where we find Eddie and Venom in this film. How are they doing? How's this relationship?
Yeah, we find them where we left them at the end of Venom 2. They've been exposed to the outside world because of the massive fight in the cathedral, and so now they're fugitives and they're on the run. So The Last Dance is kind of a road trip movie as they're chased by people from our world, but also people from another world. And the longer they stay together, the more they realize that their being together is putting the whole world in jeopardy.
And one of the many things I've loved about these films is obviously surrounding Tom with the finest actors on the planet. And welcome to the Venom world, Chiwetel and Juno, guys. So we can start to peel back the layers a little bit. I feel like for the last decade, I talked to Chiwetel. He can never say anything about his characters, but now you can tell me a little bit. Can you say a little bit about who you play in this one, Chiwetel?
Yeah, I play. Thank you. I play Rex Strickland, and he is a military man. He is incredibly stringent and forthright in dealing with these creatures, and trying to hold this facility together. We kind of work together in a way. We work in the same facility. There's a military side, and there's the scientific side, which Juno runs, and we kind of struggle, I think.
We work together, but we don't agree about how we approach the work together.
We don't agree about anything.
At all.
Yeah.
Friction makes good drama. This is good. We should note also, and I think this room knows it, we've got a Dark Knight Rises reunion on stage here.
Yeah,
I was like, who's here?
And I was in it very briefly, but I think also for me to be asked to be a part of this with you guys was something real, because I knew how much this meant to you, both from the ground up and from where it's birthed and where it's gone. And so I think immediately, as an actor, being asked to come and play with you guys on a passion project like this was something I was pretty blown away by, nervous as hell. But I remember Kelly selling it to me, come and have fun. We have fun. And I was like, okay. And I think that's exactly what it was. You know, it's something really different for me. I know I've sort of dipped my toes in movies like this before, but I never got to spend the time that I did with these guys on a movie like this before. And it was a lot of fun and a lot of learning, and I get to play the kind of scientific perspective, but with an absolute passion for things from the great beyond that definitely creates a combative situation with this one here, which was really fun. I mean, when you get to have these kind of scenes of friction with Chiwetel, it was something that I really treasured. And getting to actually work with Tom was very precious to me this time too. And our extraordinary director who handled this movie with such grace and made us all feel so excited to be at work. And it was a lot of night shoots too. And yeah, I loved it.
Yes. There's always this fascination, and justifiably so, Tom, in how you do this, how you work with yourself as a screen partner in these films. What is it, old hat by now? Is it rewarding in a different way than other kinds of acting? Can you give us a little sense of what it's like to act with yourself in so many scenes through the Venom films?
Well, it's good.
Okay, moving on.
I agree with myself, you know, like a lot, and that helps. Like when I go to work with myself, I know exactly what I want to do, and so if I very rarely fall out with myself, you know.
This is important.
Not on stage. I think it's important to get the job done, and then I'll have a word with myself later on, you know, if I haven't, you know, done what I intended to do that day, and that will happen in the wash-up. But it is a bit old hat. I started out talking to myself as a child.
Let's go back to the beginning.
Yeah, and I still talk to myself. And the nice thing about now is I get paid to talk to myself. And I can be bombastic and enigmatic, and I can like cloak my inner machinations in a huge visual effects monster. And but the actual process that it is quite technical. So I've got a lad called Patrick who's actually the voice of Venom, really. He plays Venom. I voice him, but he watches through the monitor, and with Kelly and anybody else at the director's tent that wants to chime in on a microphone, I have an earpiece in, and we pre-record all of Venom. And then I have an earpiece in which I can hear Venom. Nobody else can hear Venom on stage. But I can also hear Kelly as well in my ear. So we'll be in the middle of a scene and she can see me as Eddie Brock and hear Venom on the monitor, and I can. This makes no sense to you, does it?
No, it's
It's
amazing.
bonkers, but it's really good, right? So what'll happen then, I also have Patrick in my ear as well. So I'll be in a scene with like Chiwetel or Juno, and simultaneously we'll be doing that scene, and Kelly will be in my ear going, "Did you get the new size for this one?" And I'll go, yeah. But I can't respond to that, and then Ben will go, you know, I'll say like, "What's for lunch?" Yeah, and we'll be doing the scene, and then Patrick will also play me music in between takes as well. So I'll be listening sometimes to to Creedence Clearwater. And then, you know, so the earpiece is everything. It opened up a whole new world. I could get really geeky about this process and talk to you about it, but I just sound like I'm on the spectrum. Because I am. That's for you.
We'd gladly hear about it for hours, but I do want to say, I mean, Kelly, your journey through these films has been remarkable too, obviously. Starting as, I believe, co-screenwriter on the first one, sole screenwriter on the second one, obviously now writing and directing this one. And look, as we well know, sadly, we're still not seeing enough opportunities for female filmmakers, let alone female filmmakers in the superhero space. So just talk to some of little bit about what it means for you to kind of go on this journey and now be, you know, writer and director of a Venom film?
Yeah, well, obviously it means a lot to me. I've been with Tom for those 7 years on this journey, so these films mean everything to us. And so I was really grateful to Sony for giving me the opportunity to see this one through from inception all the way to the very end, especially as the last in the trilogy. So it was a really beautiful experience, and I also really hope that it opens more doors for female directors directing male-led action movies.
Can I just say something on that? Like, I've been working with Kelly since we were 20-something, and which is going back a bit, you know, like in some aspect. And we started out trying to get our first jobs together. We didn't know each other until we were about 25. But I just want to say that she's super talented, like super talented. And I back her 1,000,000%. And I just want to say like how hard it is for, a female director is one thing, right? But this is her first film, okay? So like, when you think about that, most film directors will have a student film. They might have done an episode of television. They may have even done an advert, right? They might have done a music video. She's done nothing. Right? Not remotely qualified. Okay? No, you're not, okay?
It started so well.
No, this is even better. No, that's even better though, right? So when you watch this, not only is this something that we really love, okay? We love the movie, we love the character, we pour everything into it, we care about it. But this is somebody's first step out. So when you see how epic it is, because it's the best of all of them. You know, it's come from us, and we really care. This is also her first ever movie. And we need to hold that.
Now, when we say the last Venom movie,
It's her last movie as well.
how
That's showbiz.
No, wait. How definitive, Kelly? Is this the last Venom movie, truly?
This is the last Venom movie. This is, we always saw this as 3 pictures, and we wanted to tell Eddie and Venom's story in 3 movies, and the arc for Venom and Eddie closes here, but as you know, there are lots of symbiote stories in the canon, so there's lots of places to go, and maybe even there are a few Easter eggs in here that might start that journey off.
And I'm unemployed now.
We've also, look, it's from the start, we've wondered Spider-Man and Venom, right? Do we still see a chance, even not in a Venom film, for those 2 characters to interact? Do you have hope for that in the future?
I would love to see Venom and Spider-Man, but who knows?
I would love to fight Spider-Man. I would like to fight him now.
Are you talking as Tom or as Venom right now?
Both.
Yeah.
I'm happy to fight Spider-Man today. We set some rules, you know what I mean? And in a movie, 100%. I'm well up for it. So I would never say never on this, but you know, as Kelly says, we specifically were set up to create Venom and bring him in a movie format, and that's what we've done. And The Last Dance is the final piece within that trilogy, and we're super excited about it.
We're also excited that a lot of talk about Null. What can we expect of Null in this film?
Null, this is just the introduction to Null. Obviously, he's a massive, massive character, so you could never do one and done with him. So this is just a little taster of Null. You'll get to meet him, and then what the future holds for him, who knows?
A lot of teases, but nothing can tease the audience better than showing some actual footage. Should we show something, guys? Is there anything to tee up here, or should we just launch right into some special stuff for the audience? You
I
think?
think we should just launch right into
We're going in. Here we go, guys. Venom the Last Dance, just for you guys. Cell phones down. Enjoy. Here we go. Soon, but we're going to take a photo. Everybody's going to lift up their Venom masks, and I think we're going to have our photographer come out, and we're going to have a little moment, a Venom moment on stage. Let's have a moment, Tom, shall we? I'll also just take this moment to tell you guys that you are also going to be getting a special edition IMAX Venom the Last Dance poster on the way out, guys. And not only that, our friends at IMAX are giving everyone here today that poster, but they're also partnering with Fandango to give everyone an upgrade on their movie ticket to see Venom the Last Dance in theaters opening weekend. So make sure to get yours on the way out and see Venom the Last Dance in IMAX opening weekend. Everybody, pose for Mr. Tom Hardy, the cast, the director of Venom the Last Dance.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.